Why do folks crave Pepperjax Grill? Maybe it's the famous Phillies, gourmet rice bowls, giant wraps, or mouth-watering chicken, shrimp, or steak salads, all grilled fresh right before your eyes. Pepperjax Grill, eat what you crave.
I know you guys aren't just craving a steak Philly from Pepperjax. You guys are craving knowledge about Pepperjax and how it was started. It was started by Gary and Linda Rohr. They started it by making the steak. The steak is a sirloin steak that falls apart on the grill. A certain temperature, it will fall apart. It's like really cold, and then they ship it to the restaurants. But he started the steak business in about, I think it was 97, and sold it in about 1999 for, I think, $3 million. And then that's how he started up Pepperjax. He went into a local Chipotle restaurant. They weren't nationwide yet, so it was about 2000. And then he first opened his first store in 2002 and used the steak he created back in 1998 when he sold that steak company. And what makes it so unique is if they're cooked right in front of you, the steak is, the chicken is, the shrimp is. And that's the thing with Chipotle. Chipotle, they don't cook it right in front of you. They just put it all together without cooking it in front of you. They were bought out about a year ago by some new owners who are William, James, and Rory. These three right here. They were the owners of Qdoba's, and they made it go nationwide. But that's the reason why they sold Pepperjax to these people, because they want Pepperjax to go nationwide, but they don't have enough money to do that because it obviously takes a lot of money. There are 40 restaurants, mostly in Omaha. That's where it started. The first one was on 130th Street in Omaha. And there are 12 in Nebraska, 8 in Iowa, 8 in Missouri, 9 in Kansas, 1 in South Dakota, and 1 in Minnesota. And to make all these restaurants, it cost a couple million just to build the restaurants. And so they were about $20 million in debt. And so they obviously couldn't make it nationwide. And so that's why they sold it to these people. And each restaurant makes about $1.2 million a year. They also have one Philly truck that goes to different areas like Minnesota or just to concerts that are outside. The present menu is, steak Philly, a steak rice bowl, nachos, and burritos. You can pick between chicken, steak, shrimp, and they're actually changing the menu. They are taking out shrimp and putting in a brisket, which is actually it's a bit more expensive than a steak, but it's also just as good. And shrimp is just really expensive, and not as many people get it. You can also put toppings on it, just like Chipotle and Qdoba's. Onions, mushrooms, green peppers are grilled into it. Toppings, sour cream, tomato, black olives, all that. And they are famous for their Phillies. That's what actually made them so famous, because the steak falls apart, it's easy to make. And their present competition is Qdoba's and Chipotle. Chipotle is, the one that they walked in and decided to create Pepperjax. Actually, Pepperjax is in the lead versus Chipotle and Qdoba's in sales, since, Chipotle had that big thing in their steak and their meat that made it go down. And Qdoba's, it's getting up there. The future of Pepperjax, they're going nationwide soon, about to hit the stock market once they get big enough, but it just takes a lot to open more and more restaurants, to get more and more managers, and especially since they just bought it recently, they have to get the hang of it. And the people who bought it actually have never bought a restaurant. Well, they bought Qdoba's, but they weren't much of them into it. And the changes in the menu aren't doing as good now, but they'll get the hang of it. And to recap, the history of Pepperjax and how it was made started with the steak company that they sold, and the present, which is the people who bought it, and then the future of going on the stock market and going nationwide. Thank you.